Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News and a very dramatic day 2 at Champions last night. Gonna talk about a number of pieces of drama really, especially the Sentinels versus Furia series. Also some Rostermania stuff to dive into just before we kick things off. But very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do to help this channel reach new people. Please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. So much growth, I'm expecting so much more during Champions and the roster period to follow, I'm sure. But there's so much to discuss today. Firstly, this from George Geddes, because it comes out from Nil yesterday that OC is meant to be completing this CSGO Team Liquid roster with Nitro on the team. Kind of, I mean, it's an interesting squad, no doubt. I thought maybe Naf and Shox wouldn't exactly be the perfect duo, but whatever the situation is, Nitro apparently is going to be here. So it seems that 99% likely right now that Nitro's out of there from 100 Thieves. He's going to join Team Liquid back to CSGO, and that, you know, we talked about this as a possibility the last couple of weeks or so, really. Now it seems like it's almost going to happen. So, yeah, very big implications, really, what 100 Thieves got up to as a result of this. And as Ethan says, you know, I'll tell you tomorrow who's replacing Nitro and Steel for 2022. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. I think it's going to be quite a while to see. But I suppose maybe some rumors will be coming out relatively soon. Wanted to mention this also because Vision Strikers look like one of the best teams on day 1 of action. And Buzz actually goes on to say, if you scroll down a little bit right here, there's quite a lot to be said. But he says, actually, I'm pretty sure at this point down here, like as he says, you know, where would you rank yourselves amongst the teams at the Champions? I can confidently say we are the number 1 of all the teams here at Champions. Then in descending order, Envy, then Gambit, then Cloud9. They reckon as the best teams here. Quite a remarkable statement, frankly. Like, they reckon Vision Strikers, or at least Buzz does, they're the best team at this entire event. So, you know, will they back up that talk? Will other team be able to take them down? Like, well, definitely it creates some good storylines going forward. Usually when people say stuff like this, it doesn't come back particularly, well, it comes back to haunt them, let's just say. But maybe it won't this time around. This then from Team Secret was hilarious. The first series of the day was Team Secret versus Gambit, and Gambit were expected to walk away with this one, no real problem at all. But, well, game 1 at the Team Secret tweet out this. They're going to get 13 zeros, and yet here we stand at 1-0, go next, they say. So they win map 1 against Gambit. Gambit came out really slow. It was like, okay, wow, what's going on here? Team Secret, they're going to make the run happen, and then all of a sudden, the next map, they get 13 zeros. Like, they won the icebox. That I thought this is a hilarious tweet, really, from Team Secret, because people were blaming the admin for them getting 13 0'd. But it's just hilarious how they said, like, you know, people were saying how Team Secret were going to get 13 0'd by Gambit, and then, you know, they tweet about it, mocking it, and then they get 13 0 next map. Like, just phenomenal stuff. So anyway, they do lose the map 2. They also lose the map 3, and it's Gambit who take the series 2-1. But I was impressed by Team Secret, frankly. I thought they brought something serious to the party here. Icebox went their way 13-6 in the end. Pretty comfortable in the end for the Secret guys, and like it really seemed like they had a good playbook on this map for sure. The next map on Breeze was like, I mean, look at this, 13-0, like it was not even close. It really felt like Secret at like halfway through this map were like, okay, or at least like at the end of the first half, like, all right, this is over, lads. Let's just get this one over with. Go into the third map on Bind. They lose this one 13-6 in the end. So it took some time for Gambit to warm up. The first half was actually very close. You can see it was at a 5-7 scoreline in the end in favor of Gambit. But then that second half just, you know, they run away with it in the end after winning the Eco here on round 14. But a very entertaining series at the end of the day. And if Team Secret keep playing like this, I'd imagine they will be second favorites outside of, you know, Team Vikings and Crazy Raccoons, of course, to get out of this Group C, I believe it is right now, maybe Group B. I kind of forget. I'm pretty sure it's Group C. So anyway, the second series of the day kicks off, Sentinels versus Furia. And this was a series where the drama started to kick off in full force. So game 1, at the start, Furia, I'm pretty sure, went up 5-0 here on Ascent. And it really, like, they were killing it, to be honest. They had some crazy rounds. Like, it didn't seem like the Sentinels could get anything going. Like, they were flying out. Like, early on, there was some crazy plays being made by the Furia guys. And of course, look, the Brazilians, especially the fans, are very passionate indeed in sports and esports. And we'll certainly see that as this series continues. But at Sentinels bring it back. They eventually win this map 1. It was a very close fought affair. They do get the job done in the end, though. And then it goes to game 2. But Furia bounce back here on the game 2. They win this one, and then they take it all the way to a third. So I was like, okay, wow, Furia are really here to play. Sentinels did not have this all their own way by any means, despite some good plays on either side of things. Like, Furia definitely showed like they're a very good, capable team right here. Goes to a game 3, and then Sentinels just about seem to be pulling away some sort of advantage before things start to be kicking off. TenZ makes the nice play right here. Like, they go up 7-2 after a nice play with the operator, and that kind of, well, helps them get it. I mean, look at this. Just disgusting stuff, frankly, from TenZ. But, yeah, they put themselves in a very comfortable position, Sentinels, and then it looks like, okay, they're going to close out this series. They're basically going to kind of do a Gambit, looking a little bit shaky early on, but get the job done as favourites, of course, in the series. But then things start to go a little bit strange. A tech pause comes in, and the tech pause seems to last for a very long time, and it's kind of a confusing one. So, people are like, okay, what's going on here? ShahZaM sitting there thinking, okay, like, what exactly is happening? Like, you know, trying to speak to the referees, like, what's going on? What are we waiting for? What sort of issue is there? Doesn't seem like there's any technical issue, so, you know, why are we sitting here waiting? And ShahZaM goes to take a piss during the break, and, like as well, Vixen says right here, like they paused second, let ShahZaM go take a piss in the Master, our game versus Crew. They didn't let Hiko or whatever the case was. So I'm definitely not particularly happy about the way they're handling this from some of the Brazilian stuff. And there was a lot of trash talk really coming out against the Sentinels guys about how like I don't know, somehow they were screwing over Furia or whatever. Kind of weird, to be honest. And it wasn't just like random people, it was like serious influencers from the Brazilian community. This is just how things go when you're Brazilian sports and esports here in general. But anyway, the guys do eventually respond. So the tech pause eventually ends. Now Riot paused the game because they said that Furia did an exploit by jumping on top of the C box without updraft. IMO, that's not an exploit since it's a skill jump that can be done with any character. So I don't know why they paused for so long. So TenZ is like, look, I don't really think these guys did anything wrong. And as a result, like, why did they actually delay it? In that case, the split mixwell jump would also be considered doing the same method. I think I saw some tweet here actually that kind of explains what this looks like. I think it's this one actually, when like you can come from here and you can jump on top of the C box with a jump. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone could do this. It's basically just a skill jump. And this, I'm pretty sure, is what was done. And therefore, like, that's why they actually paused the game. So they were looking at one of the Furia players doing this and said, yeah, this must be some sort of exploit. But actually, the Sentinels guys don't believe that was the case anyway. And therefore, TenZ is like, yeah, this is the situation. Not really sure, like, don't send us hate for stuff that Riot did, right, with this pause and the delay. But I mean, kind of crazy to see, frankly. This also I wanted to mention from ShahZaM, because he comes out and says, yeah, been getting a lot of hate about the tech pause. Riot made the pause to investigate a potential exploit. We said we didn't care and just wanted to play. I asked her, go for a piss, right, since it was taking so long. I'll share the clip of ShahZaM talking about this and explaining it, because he's not happy with some of the hate he was receiving, and understandably so, I think.
The memes of you peeing have been too funny. It's actually super up, dude. All these like really large Brazilian influencers are like memeing and clowning me on Twitter, like talking like shamelessly without even knowing what happened. I literally just went to take a piss. It's actually really up. It really disappoints me. The pause wasn't our fault. We waited so long. I was like, okay, if this is gonna take forever, can I go pee? They said sure. So I got up and went to pee. And then even after the match, dude, I went to their coach. Before I even saw all the commotion on Twitter, I didn't realize. I went to their coach and I said, I'm sorry about the tech pause, because it sucks. It wasn't my fault, but it still sucks.
So that's the kind of crazy situation as it transpires, that a lot of the Sentinels guys catching a lot of flack for something that really wasn't their fault, to be honest. Now, you can say, should ShahZaM have gone, but he didn't really know how long the tech pause was going to be, not even sure really what the reasons were for it at the time. And clearly the Sentinels guys weren't really involved in actually these decisions being made at the end of the day. But in the end, it does get restarted, and the series does finish out, and it goes in the favor of the end, as Rorka says, right, Sentinels coach right now. Also, the tech timeout was something on their end, by the way, like it wasn't something that we had to do anything with. So a really strange situation, to be honest. The lack of transparency here, a little bit weird, and I'm not really sure why that was even considered an exploit in the first place, quite frankly, because I think maybe a lot of people have seen that done before, to be honest. So bit of a strange one, but things move on. Like, Sentinels wanted to continue playing anyway if the choice was on them, but at the end of the day, they win the series regardless. So bit of a confusing one, bit of a dramatic one. That's kind of always how things go with these types of series, really. But I mean, yeah, so in the end, Ascent, Breeze, and Haven in the end, it goes 13-9. It was kind of close towards the end. Furia made a bit of a comeback. They do eventually close out the game, and yeah, over the course of the entire series, it was TenZ topping things up with 65-49. So no real surprise there that he was putting on a bit of a clinic, but yeah, definitely they needed him to get over the line in this series. Furia really impressed me as well, so I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, Sentinels, I mean, Furia is certainly still in there, like Team Liquid are in there. It's not going to be so easy for these teams to make it out of this group. And speaking of Team Liquid, they win their first series as well. This was the most comfortable one of the day by a clear margin. Team Liquid certainly looked like the better squad here, and they win this series relatively comfortable. Didn't really want to spend too time looking at this one, or too long of a time looking at this one, just because I mean, that second series of the day was very dramatic, as we of course have looked at. But Crew Esports couldn't really put up too much of a fight here. Difficult to say exactly how good Crew are compared to how good clearly Team Liquid are right now. Nevera topping the charts, and when Jampy's like bottom of the team here, like that's when you know the team is a very scary one. This is certainly a squad I'm keeping my eyes on. Like, these guys have got to be up there as one of the favorites for this tournament. Haven, it goes 13-5 in the end, and then Ascent goes 13-8. So at the end of the day, Crew put up a bit of a fight on that map too. They won a few rounds in a row here early on, but yeah, Team Liquid never really looked like rescinding their advantage and closing out to 2-0. This then leaves the bracket as follows. So Group C, Gambit versus Vikings, Secret versus Raccoon in the lower side. Group D is Full Sense Cloud9, Vision Strikers Fnatic, or we've still got to figure out what's going on here in Group A. So Sentinels Team Liquid, that's going to be the Group B matchup. That's an exciting one. Furia versus Crew to decide who goes on to the lower side, and then we've got Group A. That's going to be kicking off today, as you can see with these matches. So Ascend versus VK to kick us off, then Vision Strikers versus Fnatic, the winner's side from that Group D, and then Envy versus X10 Crit, which is, of course, taking place as the last game of the day, behind closed doors, I believe, given the Envy situation with Victor that we discussed last night. Chaos on the timeline every single day at this point. If you guys don't want to miss anything, hit the big red button. You guys know how it works. Very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting that like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video, and I was like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.